Brian, you might be a business major or have an MBA. Even I know tariffs are taxes
Right.
that are paid by the American consumer. So just today, like about an hour ago, I'm sure you saw the news.
Yep.
Trump is responding with 2%
Yep.
tariff on
Yep.
China. Brian,
104. Yep.
104. Don't we buy stuff that is made, I don't know, in China?
Yeah.
And we don't manufacture, because we buy a lot of stuff. We were a wealthy country post World War II. The entire global economic landscape has changed when unfortunately Donald Trump lives in the 1930s. So, Brian, can you please tell me, because I'm a simple man, an English major, who drives a Honda Odyssey minivan, if there's 104% tariffs on China, which sells us stuff that we need, cars, goods, electronics, shoes, what will happen to the American consumer and the business owner?
Boy, really hard to spin a lie like the way Caroline Leavitt in the White House does it. But I tend to think that the American consumer, like people like you and I, are the ones that are going to bear the brunt of this, and it's going to kill our economy. I think most logical people with an IQ over 20 would answer the question in that way.
Yeah, so $6,000 for an iPhone, $4,500 for PS5,
Right.
yeah, $370 for a pair of shoes. This, what's so painful is that, I said this on Blue Sky on Twitter, and I have to share this. I read comic books. I'm a fan.
Yep.
I'm a child. If I'm a superhero, if I get like beaten up by Lex Luthor or Doctor Doom or Brainiac, you live to fight another day. Respect, supervillain. This is like being defeated by Stiltman. Like the dumbest people on earth are killing us in Trump's murder-suicide of the economy. And it didn't have to be this way, Brian. It's just like, it's just so painful that we're being done in by the world's dumbest people.
So I tend to agree with you. Before I get back to the tariffs, you mentioned cosplay. What do you make of Kristi Noem, speaking of cosplay, going across, all over the world, decked out in her hair extensions and her makeup, taking these photo ops everywhere, whether it be at the El Salvador prison or wearing the ICE gear? I'm just curious, what do you make of this cosplaying on the American dollar and Kristi Noem and how ridiculous she looks?
Oh, and you forgot her $60,000 watch, her gaudy $60,000 Rolex. I wish you would have talked to me. I would have given her watch advice and not told her to waste $60,000 on that watch. But the cruelty, the cosplay, I'm glad you focus on cosplay. It's very important. I'm sure you've read these books. Jesus and John Wayne. The myth that the storytelling myth. It's very key. Andrew Breitbart said that politics is downstream from culture. Look at the two actors that Republicans loved. Before Donald Trump, it was Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, folks, was an actor, a Hollywood actor who parlayed that into this public image, right, of the politician. And he was, him and John Wayne, mythic figures, which, by the way, fictional figures, because John Wayne played a cowboy. John Wayne, folks, was a failed surfer who got injured, was aimless, then became an actor, and then performed, Brian, this role of this rugged, old school, masculine male. And so many Americans and American men who were part of this right-wing culture, like, why can't men be like Clint Eastwood and Gary Cooper from High Noon? All fictional movies. Donald Trump now. His narrative. A narrative, this is very important. The only reason why Donald Trump is president is because of a BS narrative rooted in fiction. Cosplaying as a tough guy, and also, folks, cosplaying as a master of the art of the deal. That BS story, Art of the Deal, he promoted. He used to come on TV shows. When you and I were kids, we saw him in Home Alone 2. It was The Apprentice that gave him a reboot. He came in and said, "You're fired." And people had this image that this man is this maestro, a tycoon, and he will come in and save this economy. And the reality, Brian, is he cosplayed as a successful businessman because he has been bankrupted 6 times, including 2 casinos. Kristi Noem cosplays as this tough, ICE agent sitting there with her $60,000 Rolex watch, and now with the Libs of TikTok lady. You saw that photo?
Libs of
TikTok. Yeah, Libs of TikTok lady with an ICE jacket with a fake ICE badge. I'm picking up the illegals. It's all BS, Brian.